Imagine a crowd moving through the streets, footsteps echoing like a drumbeat of history. A question rises above the noise. What does it take for a ruling party to convince its people that progress is real? In Zambia, the UPND Alliance believes the answer lies in a walk, a solidarity march meant to transform political achievements into living proof. The United Party for National Development, UPND Alliance, has announced plans to hold a solidarity walk at a time when the ruling party is struggling to convince citizens of the tangible impact of its achievements. The initiative, presented as both a symbolic and political gesture, is intended to showcase unity within the alliance and to highlight what its leaders describe as significant progress under President Hakainde Hichilema's administration. According to spokesperson Leslie Chikuse, the walk will not only serve as a demonstration of support for the government, but also as a reminder that the successes achieved in recent years belong to all Zambians, not just to the ruling party. The alliance insists that milestones such as debt restructuring, improvements in education and health, and youth empowerment programs are evidence of a renewed national vision that deserves recognition. The Solidarity Walk is being framed as a strategic communication tool designed to counter growing skepticism among citizens who question whether government reforms have translated into real improvements in their daily lives. Analysts note that the UPND Alliance is attempting to reposition itself in the public eye by emphasizing collective ownership of achievements, thereby reducing the perception that the ruling party is isolated from the people. This approach reflects a broader trend in Zambian politics, where ruling parties often face the challenge of balancing governance with public persuasion. The walk, accompanied by a prayer session, is meant to reinforce the narrative of hope, resilience, and shared responsibility, while also projecting the image of a government that listens and engages with its citizens. Observers argue that the timing of the Solidarity Walk is crucial. With economic pressures still weighing heavily on households, the government's ability to communicate its successes effectively has become a matter of political survival. The UPND Alliance is aware that achievements such as debt relief or macroeconomic stabilization are often abstract to ordinary citizens who measure progress through access to jobs, affordable food, and reliable public services. By organizing a public demonstration, the Alliance hopes to bridge this gap between policy and perception, turning technical victories into visible, relatable narratives. The walk is therefore not only a celebration, but also a calculated effort to persuade skeptical audiences that reforms are indeed bearing fruit. Political analysts further explain that solidarity walks and similar public events serve as instruments of legitimacy in African democracies. They allow ruling parties to mobilize supporters, showcase unity, and counter opposition narratives that portray governments as disconnected or ineffective. In the case of the UPND Alliance, the event is also a test of its ability to maintain cohesion among its member formations, each of which brings different constituencies and expectations. The Alliance's emphasis on inclusivity, stating that achievements belong to all citizens, can be read as an attempt to strengthen its political base while neutralizing criticism that reforms benefit only a narrow elite. From a communication perspective, the Solidarity Walk demonstrates the ruling party's recognition that achievements alone are insufficient without effective storytelling. In the digital age, where citizens are exposed to competing narratives from opposition parties, civil society, and independent media, the government must actively shape the discourse around its performance. The walk, therefore, becomes a stage-managed event designed to generate headlines, social media engagement, and visual proof of popular support. Whether this strategy succeeds depends on the extent to which citizens feel their lived realities align with the government's claims.